Testing. God has a terrarium. Now that I have all of your attention, I think our universe is a terrarium. Now this statement can be kind of confusing, because the definition of terrarium is a small, contained ecosystem. And our universe by no means is small. I mean, we live on a planet amongst many other planets in a solar system. And then this solar system resides in a galaxy. And then this galaxy clusters with other galaxies that make up our huge and ever-expanding universe. Now these definitions seem to go against each other. But what if they didn't? What if we zoomed out, changed our perspective? What if there was some higher dimensional, maybe fourth or fifth dimensional being named Dave that has our own universe as a terrarium? Now what I imagine is Dave has a bunch of these different terrariums, almost like marbles in a set. And each of these marbles is its own unique universe terrarium. And then I also imagine that Dave has some other friends. Let's call them Sam, Jebediah, and Dylan. And what these friends like to do is that they like to get together and share during a, I guess, fourth or fifth dimensional tea time, their different terrariums, their favorites, maybe some that they just found, maybe some of theirs that they don't really like. But each one of them has their own to share. And then we even have Dylan, and Dylan is a little weird. He only has 3 different terrariums. And they're these like rock terrariums, and he never gets any different ones, but he shares the same ones because he really, really loves them. And the others respect him for it. Now you may be asking, why does this matter? Or you may be asking, why does Dylan just have these 3 different terrariums? Well, the answer is, he really, really likes these terrariums. You could say he struck gold. And the answer to the other question is, it doesn't. It does not matter. My intent with this speech was never to convince you of any of these higher dimensional beings named Dave, or Sam, or Jebediah, or even Dylan. My intent was to share my silly little thoughts with you, much like the presenters before me and the presenters after me. And these presenters have shared what they believe to be terrariums. And they have shared deep and personal ideas with us. They have shared unique and interesting stories that we can grow and learn from. And it might even change our perspective on how we look at the world. And I think that's beautiful. There's a beauty to a share of thoughts. And this begs a question. Is there a terrarium for these ideas? A terrarium of imagination, if you will. I'd like to think that there is. But there's a question of, is there one to ourselves, or is there a grand imagination, or terrarium of imagination that has grown throughout the history of our species? Maybe it's both. But I think it is important for all of us to go out and expand our terrariums of imagination. We can do this by learning, sharing our stories, listening to other people's stories, and even experiencing different cultures. So I put to you to go out of your comfort zone a little bit. Go ask someone about their story. Go experience some other people's cultures. Maybe that's traveling, or maybe that's just going to a type of restaurant. But I ask you to expand your terrarium of imagination. Thank you all for your time, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to expand your terrarium of imagination.